Hey guys, my name is Cidiac and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines here in Falls Town. Guys, last episode we added in those kind of sea walls down our river to hopefully try and kind of keep the river flowing and not going weird like it always goes weird. Well, since then, I've learned that the word is not quay, it's keys. So, thanks for that, guys. Appreciate it. And I've been doing a lot of work in the background, not only on the kind of river, but various other bits and bobs, which I'm going to show you today. I semi-think I have solved the river flowing, and it's perfect, and it does not break, and it works amazingly. Now, I think I've done that. And at the same time I think I've done that, I also think I've now ruined the river. And I'll get onto that in just a moment, but look at this. It flows wonderful. It looks a little bit low. And this for good reason. I've kept it quite low for now just to make sure it constantly flows, and it does constantly flow. But this is where I fixed it, okay? I fixed it. There's a little bit of a dip there coming in, but it's not long ago that I fixed it. I'm still waiting for the river to, like, the water to flow through. It seems okay, and then until we go all the way to over here, because I've made the sea the water a little bit higher. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when this goes all the way through. It's just one of those things, like, yeah, it's flooding there a little bit, but look, after that, it's all solid, mate. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. So we might have to kind of flood the city slightly with this little lump here, but once that's gone through, we should have a fully functioning river. We can only see. But anyway, what are the other improvements been done? Well, I asked you guys last episode if you wanted to see me redo the whole transport system. Pretty much everyone agreed. Yes, Cidiac, you need to do it because it is currently terrible. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of everything. Get rid of all taxis, buses, trains, subways, monorails, everything it's going. And we're going to redo it. Because now we're to the point where the city is so huge, the original lines of transport now make no sense. So we got to set something really, really, cool up. Look at that dip there. There's me going, look, I fixed it, and then we get a big dip like that. Trust me, I'm just waiting for this to come through. Well, anyway, right, talking about the kind of transport systems, since last episode, I've only been working with one transport system, and that is the trains. Now, I've completely redone the whole train network. I really have. If I go to now show you, there we go, trains, we're having no passengers and no tourists. Still looks a mess, but it's not as big of a mess as it once was. Now, what I thought to myself is, when it comes to trains, we were getting loads of backlogs with trains, like, waiting at stations, like train jams on rails, and it wasn't good. It was definitely not good. So I thought to myself, do you know what? We're gonna literally change the game with this. We're gonna only use the trains as cargo vehicles in a sense. We'll only use the trains to import and export goods. We will not transport citizens on the trains. This frees up our train network for us to solely export and import goods, making it so much more efficient, which is perfect. And then it also leads us then, all the underground stuff can be just solely used as subways. So rather than, transporting people by trains, we transport them via the subway instead. We're going to maximize that. So I want to show you what I've done to the train network, because it used to come like down here. There was like a little roundabout here. It was all kind of messed up. Going across the river, it used to come down between these two roads. It's now all disappeared. And if I kind of tell you right now, trains are orange. You can see a train track there that comes through. So this is how I've done it. There's actually 4 entry points to the trains. One going this way. There's one up here. There is one over here that goes in and out. And then there is one just over here. So there's 4 entry points. So this entry point here solely goes up, comes underground, goes all the way through directly to the airport there to export and import goods. That's all that train line does. This train line here that comes in, it kind of stops there. This used to go underneath there. You can kind of see the gap where it cut through. Then it went underground. We had like an import-export area there and over there. We've completely got rid of those because we're going to use this train line here to eventually come down to there, where we're going to have the whole like export dock area, which we are going to be doing that very, very soon. So we're only using that train line for that. Now the reason why I've segregated those 2 train lines is because by not having it connected to a full network, we're not having trains like entering over here, go through the city to exit up there, and then causing congestion in the middle because they're not going to any stations in the middle. So we've got these dedicated lines. So the other 2 gets very, very interesting because now, apart from this export area here just for trains, the only other ones, because I've completely got rid of everything, is one for the kind of forestry area over here. We have one for the kind of, you know, a little bit of industry floating around on the outskirts of town. We have one for the quarry. We have 2 for the oil industry. We have 1 for the farm area. And obviously we have the import-export area there for the airplane. So it's all over here. So the entry point up here and over here for these 2 train lines, these ones are actually connected. So what it does is, and I'll show you right now, we'll come off this view because it's a little bit annoying. So trains come up here. They're going to get to here, they've got 3 options. They can either go straight up to the farm, import, export, whatever it may be. They can completely cut the farm and skip that out and then go up there or continue down. Now this track here goes underground, it pops back up over here, and that's the only route for that, it ends there. So this was congested before, no longer doesn't get congested. So we got a little bit of water issues over here, which should disappear. Oh, it's flooding just there. So once that passes, we should be all good. But now it kind of goes up to here, to the farm area, and then goes up. So we've kind of got this little shortcut route here, so they can dodge this station if a train is currently waiting or getting loaded or unloaded to continue on their way. Now it goes up and up and up and up and up, and it's got 2 directions. One goes to the kind of airport over here, the cargo airport, so we can export the goods. And then we have another one that completely kind of cuts through it, so it's like another shortcut route if you want to completely dodge. If there's a load of trains loading there as well, you can completely dodge it and go through. We have it now hooked up to the quarry section over here, which was originally connected up down here, but there was more congestion happening that I didn't realise. So that's connected up there, which goes 1 or 2 ways. And then also this comes down, goes to the 2 oil industry kind of train stations. It's all connected up here to that line, and then goes out. It's perfect. We're seeing no jams, and it is so freaking efficient right now. Now this train line completely goes underground right there, and it actually pops back up just here for this station, and that exports all the goods for us for, you know, some of the industry around and also the forestry area. And just by simply doing that and not having it all connected, it's really, one, solved a lot of issues for the trains. Perfect. We're not having that huge backlog, so now we're not transporting passengers. It's not holding up the cargo trains, and everything has been imported and, you know, exported, you know, correctly, which is so freaking efficient right now. So yeah, we're no longer transporting people by train. Everybody underground. I can hear my cat meowing. Hold on. So everybody who's now being transported, is, well, via trains anyway, it's solely going to be with the subways. Perfect. So what I want to do today then, after that long spiel, sorry if you got bored for all that, but I just wanted to keep you like updated with the progress and where we're kind of going with this. We're going to kind of delete and get rid of all the subway systems, and we're going to do them because look at them. We've got like a ring around there, which makes no sense, and it's connected down here with end routes. Really, we don't want any end routes. We want to create pretty much constant loops. That's what we want to do, because when you get an end loop, it causes traffic, and it's not really that good. It's not really that good. So we're going to take a look at all these then. So, actually first, let's go to the subway, because it's transporting 6,000 people. And now, we're going to delete each line. I think we got quite a few lines. Yeah, we've got 11 more lines to delete, which is crazy. We also need to think about as well, we're not going to do every single transport system in one episode. It'll be like, you know, as we continue to progress and build the city up. We'll tackle each one every so often. But we also need to look at the highways, because when we create our little import-export area for the docks, we need a good transport system for roads. So we need something that's going to be really, really efficient. So delete you. I'm going to delete all the stations first. Once we got rid of all those, we'll delete all the tracks. And hopefully things are so much more efficient as well. Because this is what we really need to do in this whole city. So we got rid of all of those. We have to keep the airport one. But we'll get rid of every single one on this side of the city. And once all that's gone, very strategically, we need to now delete all the underground tunnels. Because we're going to redo this perfectly. And it's going to be so much more efficient. So if you think about it, the maximum people we were transporting at one time was 6,000. By the time we finish this, we are hoping to be able to transport a lot more than 6,000. That's kind of what we're aiming to do. And we should be able to, because we make so much efficiency. Also as well, this monorail, the only reason I placed it in is just for the sake of having a monorail. And the more and more I've looked at it and where it goes through the city, the more and more I freaking hate it. So I don't know about you guys, but I am not a huge fan of that monorail system at all. So that will eventually be deleted as well. We just gotta get rid of all of this. And I've smoothened out, I don't know how much you can tell, we don't have that little dip in the middle of the river no more. So we'll be able to create underground tunnels and stuff like that a whole lot easier. So we'll work with this island, well, I keep calling it an island. We'll work with this side of the city first. And we want to create like a loop system where we're basically, when I say loop system, we just don't want any trains or any subway kind of, what's it called? Routes to have any dead ends. That's pretty much what we do. So if we create like a decent loop system around here, and then we can then hook it up to another loop system over there. It's just each line needs to be a loop. That's pretty much where we're going with this. So we'll work with this side first and let's kind of set something up. So if you kind of look at it, because we'll eventually be adding onto this as time goes on, we should do the loops. Because like, if you look at the regions, we had one going around there, but ultimately we needed to go kind of a little bit further, maybe all the way down to the beach. So we can either do like 3 loops, one like that, one there, and then one here. Or we could do 4 going like that. It is a tough thing to kind of think about how you want to approach it and do it. But we also got to think about how we'll eventually expand on it. So let's first create a center loop. And I think it's probably best if we go this way. So we'll create a center loop first then. And we'll do it in the middle here. So, subway network. Where is it? There we go. Do we use the inner city metro? I mean, it would be pretty cool, but it will also destroy a lot of... No, we're going to use it because it's a really cool building. Right. We'll get one there. And then the next one will have to be down here. So we've got to think of walking distances to each one. So we'll have one... Yeah. There is a little path just there, which will drop that one in. So that will be connected down to there. And then... Would we connect the beach one up? So we got to there. We need one just over here somewhere. So we'll connect that. Well, we'll place this kind of... Because we've got that just over there as well. The airport one, which will connect to this loop. Which would be pretty good. What seems to be that there? What is that? Right, demolish that. And do we place one over here? Because we are creating a small inner loop. We will. We'll place one there. It will make sense in just a moment what we're actually trying to accomplish. Right, one there. So you can see the loop now. It comes down to there. And then goes back up and around. So we'll need... If that one's there, we'll need one just here. So filters up to there. Goes up to there. And we need one pretty much just here, don't we? Okay. Right. Doesn't look amazing, but what we got to be looking at is the radius around the subway, because they'll walk to the subway. And we don't need loads every so often, because that's how we make it so, you know, inefficient. So bring that across. There we go. Up to the train. Airport. Yeah, airport. I bet to call it the train station. Not sure where we're getting that from. So bring that straight down. Apparently we still got people using the subway system. Not entirely sure how. Now, do I include the beach in this? So I've pretty much created this loop now going up. I think we should include the beach, but I don't want to do the big boy this, because it doesn't really fit in well in this whole area. And we'll place it... Can I squeeze it in anywhere here? I can fill it in there. And of course, we're going to make sure we're not creating a dead end. So that goes up that way, and then we'll have this go across this way. So connected straight up. I'm not too worried about the underground tracks right now, how, you know, weird they look and be placed and whatnot. Because at the moment they don't really affect anything. If they did start to affect anything we try to do underground, that's when we'll like start to adjust them. But that creates our little loop. Right, this one doesn't have any water. Right, there we go. So how are we still having people use the metro system? Is that for the trains that are kind of still dropping people off? It just has to be. I mean, we don't have any more lines, do we? No. We have nothing for the metro. So that should just eventually... Yeah, it's going down. It's just taking a little bit of time to go down. So that creates that small little loop. So then what we do then at this point is we create a loop off this. So if we wanted one to run through here, going up, we'll do a bunch of stations. And then we'll kind of take them off these stations. So like we'll pick these three and then loop it around that side. And then pick these three and then loop it around this side. We can't really do this area because we haven't fully completed it, but we can do some of this area though. So let's pick a good area, a good little spot for this. Can I get it down here anywhere? Well, really, we want to kind of take advantage of the majority of these areas. So that'll be a good spot there for one. So it comes off there. So that's one there for there. We'll do a smaller one now for... There we go. What we'll consider the city park. How close? That one's fairly close though, isn't it? Right, we'll kind of shove one in just there. We'll do one up here for the zoo, which will drop this. Yeah, let's just go here. It's perfectly fine up there. And then there's not really up here we want to take advantage of. So there's only really three there we kind of have to look at. So we'll come off this here. There we go. Move over to the next one. Now it's going to make sure it doesn't interfere with the terraining of that little slope there. Right, so we're pretty much up to here now. And then we'll kind of bring it in there. So that creates an additional loop. Don't worry about the lines. Yeah, as you can see right now, it should be all good. So we've got one just there, which kind of serves all this area around. And they've got one at the very end too. And then this one there, you got to think this one will eventually serve whatever we place up here too. Leading down. So it should all be good. Right, where's this sea? Is this it here? That's where the sea, the river. The big bulk of it is now still coming in. So are we flooding anywhere? We're not flooding anywhere. So it looks good at the moment. We'll just see how it continues. We didn't do a little line going through there and ruin this drop, did we? No, we look okay. Right, sweet, mate. Right, is it officially 0 yet? Not quite. Not quite. Right. I just want to see what happens when that all levels out down to 0. While and then we do the 2 new lines that we've added in. what would that then physically change? That's what I want to know. But in the meantime, let's go around and just delete the remaining stations, because it was a complete mess. Look at all these like paths and stuff right now. It is a complete mess. Right, we'll get rid of all these stations. I'm also going to get rid of all the bus routes too, because they are shocking. Shocking, these bus routes. And we're just going to hope they are going to be 10 times more efficient, boys. Alright, there we go. It's like we got these running through here. And then the closest one subway after that there's nothing over it. Well, there's one there, but it's like miles away. You know, I haven't really done them very, very well. And I put 2 either side there, where I could just put 1 in the middle. And it would have served both sides. And that would have been so much more efficient. But no, I didn't do that, did I? But we will now. We will now. It's all about improving the city. And we've got nothing over here for subways as well. So we have these slight improvements do improve the city over time. It's going to be genius, boys. Right. Get rid. Now, is that all of them? I think that's all of them. I won't delete all the subway lines just yet. But that is definitely all of them. So we'll eventually get the other loop down here when we've built this area up a little bit more. And then when we get a line that comes down from this side, we can kind of use these as well. So like when it comes down, this could be the hub, or we could bring it, you know, down to this one being the hub and then kicking back up or stuff like that. We could use many different ones to be the, you know, the hub to get to this area. So it would be fairly interesting. Or we just don't have them connected to this subway system because they're different lines. It comes in and then say like the station for coming from this side of the city drops you off maybe here, and then you get off and then you walk to the next one. I could do that. It just depends. We'll see what happens when we get to that bridge. But there we go. Let's anyway view the transport network again, and we're going to now, we've got 22 bus lanes or bus lines. Let's delete every single one because we now just don't want those in the city. So we'll probably see an increase in traffic in the city now. It's inevitable. Because all those people that were originally getting the transport networks are now going to have to walk or drive. Might see a little bit of boost for some of the parks. But yeah, it is what it is. We've got to do this to improve the city. Otherwise, it's just going to be a complete mess. And just ridiculously unfunctional. Right, delete all this. It's now gone. Perfect. Okay. So while we're still waiting for that number to dip down to 0, it's getting there. We're now going to buy the areas for where I want the docks to be. So we're going to buy this and this area and this area for now. And this is where we're going to have the docks sticking out down here. So we need a good transport network for it. So we need to make sure the roads are adequate. Now, this airport was the original big boy airport that we got in. It's now kind of in the way because before we could expand to all these new areas, these new bits of land, this was going to be the final bit that we're going to build around because there was the border. But now we can go further. It changes everything. So, because I'm thinking, we need a good transport network in terms of the highways to get down there. I'm going to change this and lower it back down to the ground. And then we can maybe create a connection off this. Maybe this thing that kind of comes through the city there, I don't know. And then filters down. That would have been good, but it's only really beneficial for, like, if you're coming from this way, you've got to then cut off and, like, you know, go across and down or whatever. So we need to do something different there. If we never had this airport, this road could have flowed around and connected up to there. Then we could do some roundabouts, of course, that leads off down there. So what I'm trying to say is we might have to delete the airport. Which is a good thing because, you know, we've got one over here. But then I also think I don't really like this no more. I want to delete all of them and put them somewhere so much better. Because they were just kind of plopped in there just for the sake of it being there. And my idea is, you know, because how the way the runways are, what if we had next to the dock, maybe up here or over here, the airport, so you go off the runway into the sea? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about it, because it's quite a cool idea. But either way, even if we don't choose to do that, we're still going to be deleting all of this, because it's just not right. Right, apparently we still got a bus route here, maybe? Is it a bus route? I mean, we have no routes. So what could it be? Is it a train route? No, we have no train routes, subway routes. Oh, we have a tram route. No, it wouldn't have been a tram route. Plane. We'll get rid of the monorail as well. And that's still there. We have ferry lines, which we're also going to delete. We're getting rid of every transport network right now. Right, could it be trams? I'm going to keep the trams in, just for now. I am not sure what that is. I have no idea. Oh wait, there's one up here. Oh, it's the bus routes. I thought they would have been deleted. Oh no, it's one of those things you have to wait for it to update, don't we? We have to wait for it to update. Anyway, right. So I'm going to be getting rid of this whole monorail because I just don't like it no more in the city. It's so ugly. So ugly. But anyway, it frees up this roundabout, which we can now bring down and around and eventually connect up down to here, which would be a lot more efficient. Right, where's that dip in the river? I feel like it's come through right now, isn't it? Because the river seems to be holding up. There's no little dips through the water. I think we've fixed the river, guys. We may have possibly fixed the river. Well, that's definitely some good news, right? It is. Are we down to 0 yet? No, 300. Okay. So, let's look at this connection here. We're going to pause the... No, we'll keep the game running. The reason I'm going to keep it running is so we can still have them dropping down the numbers. I'm going to delete all this path as well. And let's see, because I want to connect the roundabout up here with a road that cuts through. Because you got a road that goes up there, and obviously you got to go all the way down there and round. But having this road here go up and cut through would be perfect. It also might be a little bit awkward for the roundabout being placed in. Is that the big boy one? Yeah, that is the big boy one. Alright, if I kind of do it diagonally so I can squeeze it in. Okay, so we want it roughly about there. Alright, delete all this and this and this. So we'll also have to maybe get rid of this train line or put the highway. Oh, I don't know. We'll get rid of the train line up to here, and then we'll decide what we want to do about it, because then the road can kind of filter up here, go around and connect up to there, and then we'll just drop a roundabout in wherever we want it to go. So let's get this highway connection set up. There we go. And then this road, the wrong road, goes to there. And then we'll get the 2-lane highway to connect up. We'll do the lane management. Are we in play? There we go. Now we're in play. So there's no issues there. And that filters perfectly. Now we're going to create a road that goes through. This is where we see a lot of destruction now. So let's delete this road at the back. We'll delete this path now because when we place the road in, they can walk across that. So all these buildings are gotta go. And then this is gonna be quite interesting now to kind of see this road take. There we go. We kind of right. If I did like that, I need to go up here, don't I? So if I had it go just snap to there, right? And if I just deleted that bit, then we'll kind of sort something out. So you're coming from this connection there, so you can keep off this because it'd probably be quite heavy with traffic. And we bring that to there. Right, we're going to have issues now with this. So we'll page up a little bit. Let me take the snapping grid off. Alright, there we go. We create that bridge. But is it exactly what we want? Probably not. So why don't we bridge it up a little bit earlier? So if I did this, like that, and then drop that down straight there. Right, bring it down. Alright, I can continue in up. Well, I'm sure I deselected the snap in there. To there. Right, we'll see how this flies then. So small little improvements like this can go a very long way. And again, make sure we got the road lane dictation. There we go. Right, perfect. Okay. That does that job. Kind of goes up and around. We'll kind of get this to try and bend a little bit more. Hang on, I'm on the wrong thing here. No wonder it's not bending. Alright, put that to about there. How does that look? That's actually pretty good, doesn't it? It does actually look a little bit... That's actually pretty good. Okay, so that will turn the traffic light off here. So they can flow. There's no lane dictation there, is there? No. So that really opens up this area. So whereas before they were all coming down here and then filtering in or whatnot, this road can go straight up and then it will connect to another highway that goes all the way around up to here pretty much. So that should be pretty cool. That should be pretty cool. Okay, right. We now have 124 people using it. We're on the right path. Okay, let's get rid of the train tracks. Say sayonara to these train tracks. I do like how it cuts up through there as well. Right, we'll just delete him for now then, because we want to be able to bring the highway around. And then there is a big dome there, and there's a little bit of a flat surface, so we'll create a roundabout just there. So we can filter down and then go around to the airport or down to the docks. Oh, that would be so cool if we could do that. That would be so cool. Right, so, boys, roundabouts. You already know. Don't even act surprised or like, whoa, Sadiak, whoa. Roundabouts, where did you get that idea from? We've got them everywhere, okay? Makes traffic flow nicer. And don't tell me it don't, because it does. It really does. I need to sort out roads even around here and build up the area a little bit more too. Right, we'll eventually get that done anyway. Okay, highways. Perfect, mate. Right, okay, so we're now gonna... Right, we'll do it from a bird's eye point of view. So if I got a straight road to here and then to there, but of course we go back quite a far way away. Where we get a nice slight little bend. Right, we'll go to there. And then we'll bring this down to there. Alright, then we'll flip it back over. And it's a little bit closey touchy just here. So we'll push that slightly back. But then just bar it a little bit. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Right, let's connect these guys up then. There we go. There we go. All good stuff. Ooh, I love expanding the highways because it really does open up a load of options and possibilities for us. Now, just for now, I won't do any other roundabouts around here because I don't know what I want to do with this area in general. So we'll just make the highway just come round, which is going to be quite interesting. Okay, so let's just do something ourselves then. So we'll create something fairly weird. Or quite, you know, straight. And then that's when we'll add all the bends in. So snapping grid then. Let's go back. So we'll take it so far. There we go. So we can understand, you know, how close they're going to be and then what we're going to do with them. Right, so delete. Delete. Okay then. Okay. So bring this out and snap. Perfecto. Look at those bends, boys. Bends for days. Right, there we go. And then finally connect these up. It's nice and simple bend going around. It's not nothing too crazy or over the top. This is maybe where we want to make it a little bit crazier. And we'll just put more emphasis on that bend. Nice. Nice. So it looks quite like octagon style, but we'll be adding roundabouts to that to lead off into various other areas around and whatnot. So it's just the kind of zone off the areas. It does its job. I don't think anyone's going to use it yet either. So I don't think it holds any value to anybody, because I still feel like this is the quickest route to go up to there, but that option is definitely there. It's definitely there. So we'll see what happens. So what this literally now does then is, if we add the airport over here and the docks over here or something like that, if we do that, the connection comes off there. So it pretty much filters up to here, which goes, once they get to this roundabout there, they get to this one or up to there, it literally goes anywhere around into the city. Now, if they come down to this one, one of a few things happens now. So they've kind of got, if they want to get up to this network to go across, they either have to go across there, go down here, drive down or up there or whatever, or continue to go all the way around and get connected up, which is absolutely fine. It doesn't, look like it will cause much of an issue, in sense, but we just don't know how heavy the traffic is going to be. If it turns out the traffic is going to be fairly heavy, we need to think of a way that we can add a highway that runs through and connects up to this. Now we have this road here which filters around and connects up, which is perfect. But we might need to do or take a look at something additional. So it could be that we turn this, or we demolish literally all of this here, and then turn this whole junction, which is absolutely crazy, as a highway connection for there. If we keep it all in the air, like a really high ground highway system. I don't know. It's one of those things we just never know until we see the traffic flowing. Right, no one's using this, are they? Yeah, it has no benefit at the moment. What's this? Oh, it's like a random pillar there. Can I delete that? There we go. Still can't delete that. We had like a subway thing be there for like completely ages as well, so I can't remember how we deleted that. It's because there's people waiting. Oh, it's a sightseeing tour! That's what it is. Right, hold on. How do I bring the sightseeing tour up? Oh, I can't, can I? Hold on, guys. Where is the sightseeing tour? Right. We'll get rid of every kind of possible thingy me jiggy me booty. Right, it's all gone. Right, that should fix that as well. Right, it's now got rid of all the lines. Is that now gone? Yes, perfect. Absolutely perfect, boys. Okay, so yeah, a lot of traffic is using this as well. So this is turned out to be pretty damn handy. And we don't have any... Do we still have the original lane dictation along here? No, so this can ultimately be used. It's weird how they all want to go down here to go down to here. Are they saying that this is the shorter route? I feel like they are, aren't they? I wonder why that is. I wonder why they're not choosing to fully go down here. What if I said to them, you can't make a right turn then? Will they then choose to cut through that one and go down? Interesting. Anyway, transport, 20 people are now using the subway network. Right, let's now officially open up our subway thingy-jig hub thing. Whatever you want to call it. Right, so create a new line. To there. Here. There. So this is going to do the job. There we go. And then we do it the other one, go in the opposite route. There we go. And I think it's one more station after this. Oh no, yep, one there. And then the last one. Boom. Now what's good about this one being here is the fact that, well, we should have more paths hooking up and linking up somewhere. Because we've got one there that goes straight to the park, so you could like literally walk over down here. It's a very easy and simple connection for those guys if they need it at the moment. But we should really have like a path that connects these guys up too. There we go. Nice and simple and easy one. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, that's one of them then. Because you also need to do this one too. So create the line there. Now it goes up to here. To here. To here. There. There. And there. And of course you have one going the opposite way. So you've really got to also watch out how you're overloading some of these stations. Because you don't want to go too crazy. So we now have 2 lines on these 3 stations there. And that's the maximum you want. You wouldn't want to put any more on that. So we leave it like that pretty much. And then we'll see how things go with that then. Because that is going to be the blueprint for the whole city. Right, I'm just looking around then. The water seems to be remaining at the same level. I'm not really seeing any dips where I can see the floor coming through. It seems to be flowing just fine. So we may have, guys, semi-fixed it to a certain degree. It would be pretty cool if we have. Still, nobody wants to use this road. It's not functional just yet. It's not functional just yet, but it will be. So a few things I basically want to ask you guys now is, well, we already know we're going to get in the dock area set up anyway. But airports. I've been to many airports in my life where the airport is on the either a lake or the sea edge where the planes land and take off from the water. I feel like we should have something like that in. So one down here, of course. I feel like I want to get rid of this one. And I don't know whether we add in another airport somewhere else. Whether we set up something a little bit more permanent somewhere else. Maybe on a higher ground on this side somewhere over here. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But that's my kind of thought process I'm kind of going with this. So we shall see. Also, should I place a tunnel that goes from here cutting through? Because if I placed a tunnel cutting through, I don't know if that would be a quicker route to go down to there. It probably wouldn't. But it'd also probably be cool as well to get these 2 highways here to connect. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's all I can really say, really, isn't it? Is Emerson Hill making more money? 31,000. I think that's the highest I've seen it. And is that because I've completely got rid of all public transport, maybe? Maybe. I mean, the only thing that we have left in, I think, is taxis, apart from obviously the new subway system. We do have a load of taxi ranks drop down. So I don't know how much that's going to be doing stuff anyway, but 32 people. There's a few people waiting over there. There is going to be a lot of trains going to these areas too, which would be quite fun and, you know, cool to see. We won't really know the full effect of what these new subway systems are doing until like a few episodes down the line when we gave the game enough time to run. But I'm just going through each one right now, and they've all got a lot of people waiting there. What about the beach one? Yeah, a lot of people are waiting, so it's going to be used. It's going to be great. Have faith in the new system. The more I look at this, I'm just realizing how octagon shaped it is. It really is, isn't it? What if I got an idea. Deleted this to the bends. Well, where it started the bends. And then is that too far away? I feel like that could be too far away. Hold on. Alright, let's try it now. Alright, let's flip it over. It's a little more wavy, it's a little more bendy. See if we can do something to this one as well. We have to come down from this side, don't we? By the looks of it. And then flip it back. There we go. It's not as hexy. Is it hex? No, octagon. There we go. It's not as octagon shaped now, is it? It really isn't. Got some nice waves and dips there, as it matches the sea level, which is pretty sweet. Pretty damn sweet, mate. Well, what are these guys complaining about then? Not enough customers. And that's probably down to the fact that we did get rid of a lot of public transport. A lot of it has now literally disappeared. But starting to see a lot of 563 people using that. That's pretty good. So we got to give the city time to adjust to the new structure of the transport networks. Apparently there is what is this? Oh my goodness me! I've only just realised the only thing that the one thing that we didn't take away was the trams, and I've just realised how much the trams are now being used. That's crazy. That is so crazy how the trams are now having a higher effect, which is good because we're going to keep them in. Because we can't really adjust the tram lines because they are, you know, their tracks are the road, wherever the road goes. So they're the ones that we'll probably just keep in anyway. But it's pretty damn good. I'm very happy with that. Right then, so we've solved a few things. We've changed a lot of things, and it will spark a lot of problems in the city. But for now, things seem to be semi-functional, guys. Semi-functional. Now, are these still making lots of money? 17,000 for that. 18,000 for that. 64,000 for that. Wow. And of course, oh, that's not the right one. 26,000 for that. And I think that's all down to the new functionality. Look at that there. Look. Trains skipping the station because that one was kind of pre-docked and ready to go. We're getting these little bumps and grooves coming in right now. I'm hoping that doesn't affect too much. But that could be from, I'm going to say when it hits this, but no, it's not even that high. So I'm hoping it doesn't cause much of an issue, but we'll see what the ripples do. We will see what the ripples do in the river. But everything is looking pretty damn good. A lot of things we need to do. Still a lot of things we need to work on. But I think next episode, guys, we'll kind of focus on adding a little bit more of the subway network in. But ultimately, we'll look towards setting up the whole dock area so we can have a good transport network. And maybe we have to implement the trains filtering around as well. So I might just bring this up and run it alongside the highway until we decide what we want to do with it. Because there's going to be, I'm thinking, a minimum of 3 docks. And when I say docks, I'm thinking these ones. The cargo hubs. These are the ones that come with the trains. So we're going to have to set up some really cool dock area. Do some landscaping so we can make it realistic where it sticks out and like concrete the top of it and stuff like that. Should be pretty good. But again, it's one of those things we just have to see. We have to see and wait and what goes down. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. A lot of things happen, a lot of things are changing, but it's also setting us all up for future episodes. If you did, smash that like button down below. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good. Bye.